Hi, I'm the Beauty Professor, and you can find my beauty blog at www.beautyprofessor.net. Today I'm going to be doing a brief hairdo tutorial on how to quickly create a side fishtail braid. Now, I have very long, thick hair, as I've mentioned before in other videos, and I'm always looking for ways to creatively do my hair. Otherwise, my default hairdo is almost always down. And with summer here, this is the perfect time to experiment with hairstyles that get your hair off of your face and maybe even off of your neck. I am typically low maintenance in the hair department, so I'm always embracing hairstyles that don't take a lot of time, and this is one of those hairstyles that is really succinct to create. So I'll be showing you how I like to create this, and this is a hairdo that could work for medium length hair all the way down to long hair. So it's really versatile in that respect. So my hair right now was washed last night and it's still even a little bit damp. I haven't brushed it out this morning, so I'm sure there are some tangles and I will be brushing it in this tutorial, but not too much because you do want some texture when you're trying to fasten it into a braid. Makeup wise, I'm wearing some very simple summer products. The 3Lab Perfect BB Cream in shade number 2, which I'll be doing a full review of soon, as well as the Chantecaille mascara and eyeliner in Oolong. And on my lips today, I am wearing Chantecaille lip color in Ylang, which starts with a Y. In terms of bronzer, I'm wearing the Guerlain Terracotta Four Seasons bronzer in number 2, which is for blondes. It's the second to the lightest bronzer in that particular line. All right, on to the hairdo. My hair is typically in a middle part, and even when I braid it, I like to keep it parted. Because it's all one length, I can get away with leaving it parted rather than brushing it back, and I find that it's just more comfortable on the head with extended wear. So I'm going to leave it in this part here, as you can see, and I'm going to start by taking all of it and brushing it out with my Sephora small detangler brush. I do love this brush because it does a great job of removing tangles without pulling at your hair. And certainly the bristles are really well fastened into this brush, so you don't lose any of them, which can sometimes happen with the less quality brush. All right, typically when I have tangles, I start at the ends of my hair and brush up, and I'm sure I'm definitely not the only one in the world doing that. But it is the best way to get rid of tangles without being completely painful on your scalp. I like to hold it and brush. I think it minimizes damage in the long run. The fishtail, it's a beautiful take on a braid, and I find that once you know how to do it, it is extremely easy to continue to do. The fishtail is one of the more elaborate braids, visually speaking, but as I've already mentioned, it's fairly easy to achieve once you know how to do it. I like that payoff. It looks like you spent a lot of time doing something very skillful, and yet the actual skill set required is nothing insurmountable. So I'm going to start by moving my hair to one side. In this case, I typically, because I'm right-handed and I think I can get to my hair easier, I pull my braid to the left. I would imagine if you're left-handed, you might want to do your braid on the right side, but certainly that's a personal preference. I'll go ahead and divide my hair into 2 approximately equal pieces or sections. And then, I'll have to get close to show this, the braid begins. Start with the outer piece, the outer section. Take a section, a smaller section from that outer section, almost like you're doing a braid, and bring it to the other section to meet it, just like that. So you can see I brought this from the other section, and I'm having it join my front section here. Now I'm going to take a piece, preferably from the front here, to anchor this braid back, and I'm going to have it join my back section. Now I'm just trading sections. It almost feels like you're braiding, and if you think about it too long, you're asking yourself, what is the difference? But there is one. I've just taken a new piece from the back. I'm having it join my front section. New piece from the front. Make sure to smooth that and have it join my back section. New piece from the back. have it join the front section, piece from the front section, have it join the back section, and you'll start to see that a braid gets created, a fishtail braid gets created in a matter of turns with this process. Taking it from the front, adding it to the back, keeping that together. Taking this from the back, adding it to the front section. Taking from the front, adding to the back, and so on and so forth. It's important to make sure that your hair is smooth enough that the braid doesn't have anything poking out. And so far I'm good in that department. Right now it might look just like a regular braid until you start to see the nuances. Now what's great about this braid is you can start taking very tiny pieces once you've anchored it. And that's going to create more detail in your fishtail. Taking small pieces of hair here, you can start to see that this braid is not your everyday conventional braid. It's a fishtail. There we go. I'm keeping my pieces small. When you feel like the section's getting lopsided, start in a place that'll keep it balanced. See, I'm going to start back here, bring it over, hold on to it. Oops. Right here, bring it over, hold on to it. Keep going here. I'm going to move up so you can see this braid continue. It's a very simple braid to achieve once you've become comfortable with the motion. Normally I would fast forward, cut ahead and edit this out, but I'm hoping that watching the repetitive motion will help you to understand how this braid can be created. There we go. Sitting up is a good thigh workout. And I'm getting towards the bottom. I'm going to just give it a little bit more. I don't need to braid all the way down to the ends, but I like to kind of taper it off so that it has a clean ending point. I don't have any little pieces sticking out as much as possible. Okay, so here's my remaining hair here. I'm going to stop right there and I'm going to let you see the braid. There it is. It's definitely different than your conventional braid. It looks like it took more time. It's more interesting, a little more sophisticated. I'm fastening it today with an elastic. And now you can see the final effect. Now what I like to do is kind of undo or deconstruct the braid a bit. If I have some hair sticking out, I'm just going to manually find that point of explosion and tuck it back in. I could use a rat tail comb if I needed to, bobby pin if necessary. And then over here it's loose, but I like that because this is not meant to be like a perfectly tight fastened braid. It's more like oh yeah, I just threw this in. You can even take the braid and kind of pull it a little bit to give it a little more character, so it's not so severe, and that just kind of loosens it up. But because it's braided appropriately, it's not going to pop out. I like to have a few hairs on the side here and maybe a few over here. Now you have a very, sit back here, a very casual hairdo that will keep your hair out of your face all day. And because it's resting low on the nape of your neck here, it's not going to create a lot of weight, which would be ultimately uncomfortable if you had it like this all day. I can wear my hair like this all day when I'm teaching or in the summer if I'm out all day, and it doesn't give me a headache, it doesn't pull, it never feels uncomfortable through here because you're not really placing a lot of weight in this area, the crown of your head. And hairdos where that is the issue can often result in a headache or discomfort. So this is a great hairdo for that. And because it's braided on the side, you can see it, and so can everybody else. I hope you found this fishtail hair tutorial useful and helpful. And if you've never attempted a fishtail before, I invite you to give this a whirl. As always, I welcome your questions and your comments, and please don't hesitate to visit me at my beauty blog, Beauty Professor, which can be found at www.beautyprofessor.net. Take care.